Yeah, what is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of From My Experience podcast. I am your host, Rob. Yes, I know y'all missed us the other week. We definitely needed a break, so we took a break. I am back to my day job. I had a lot going on. It was a lot. But we're here. We do have a special guest today, and we'll get to that in a second. This is one of those people that reminds me of why I need to be persistent. People have busy lives, busy schedules. Things happen, but that doesn't mean you give up hope. You check in on them, and then eventually when the stars align, you can get them. I've really been waiting on this interview because this brother has something special. But I'll get to that in a second. Shout out to y'all, our listeners, our subscribers, our followers, everyone who supports the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Numbers are going up. I'm not a numbers guy. I don't run after numbers. I don't look at numbers every 5 minutes, but when I check, I might notice a difference. And I just want to say thank y'all for that. You know, you can follow us, FME_podcast on Instagram, and From My Experience podcast on Facebook. Please like the page and join the group. And you can also support us through our affiliates, Acre Gold, Jot Forms, and Garner's Garden. The link is in the description. Please shop with our affiliates. It helps us, and you'll get some dope products. Now, I'm not alone. I also have, her position is actually going to change. She's an intern right now, but we're going to have some behind-the-scenes discussions. But she's grown. She just had a birthday. Y'all will be hearing this like 2 weeks after the fact, but she just had a birthday. So shout out to you, Erica Brooks. What's going on, Erica?
Thank you, thank you. I hope everybody's staying safe during these pandemic times.
Don't get me started. Don't.
I just had to put it out there. That's all.
We do hope that y'all are being safe. The pandemic is not over. Y'all have probably heard of the variants at this point in time by the time you heard this episode. Just please make sure you're taking care of yourself. I'm fully vaccinated, but I am still wearing my mask and still following COVID protocols because I don't know where everyone else has been and what everyone else is doing. I don't know. I just don't want to get it. So I want to remain healthy. Are you following protocols, Erica?
Of course.
I
feel like that was a trap.
It wasn't a It wasn't a trap. I promise.
Of course. You know, college campuses, people are dirty here. So yeah.
Yo, if you go to school with Erica, she just called you dirty, yo. Yo, that's funny. You just called your classmates dirty.
Hey.
All right.
It's their personal problems.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I said a moment ago, we have a special guest in the building. Now, I discovered this special guest on Instagram, and I was in need of the product that he was selling. It's legal, so I said product. Anyway, this brother's product, I'm not even going to tell y'all what it is. I'm going to let him talk all about it. But it's definitely helped me personally. I'll give y'all a hint. It is always beard season, ladies and gentlemen. I had a struggle beard. I did for a long time until I purchased this product and used it faithfully. And I'm just glad to have him on with us today. This brother is an entrepreneur. He is a businessman. I love the growth that I've seen. And I just love what he's offering. It's an authentic product. It's a great product. And I'm gonna let him talk about it because I'm about to just spill it all. But ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Ed Oliver in the building.
Hey, how y'all doing? How everybody doing? Ed Oliver, owner, creator, I don't know, whatever the title people want to give me. Maker of E.B.O. Butter LLC, formed in Washington, D.C. Handmade, organic, natural products for your facial hair, basically. A lot of guys, like Rob said, just had struggle beards, was struggling, looking for something to try to figure it out, get it going. And 2014, I was the guy that had a struggle beard. It was bad. It was bad.
You had the Anthony Hamilton?
It wasn't like that. but it just did it didn't it wasn't where it needed to be. So yeah, it was just really me making something for myself, and then now here we are, going on 7 years later. It blossomed into something that I personally can say I did not expect to turn into, because I wasn't doing this prior to me doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
it was definitely it's definitely been a hell of a journey and just something different. So I've been excited, man, and just been able to form relationships and meeting people,
Yeah.
and a lot of people gained a lot of fans and customers and friendships, even friendships, like I said, over the years with people all around the country, all around the globe, really. Like, so
I could imagine,
social
man.
media,
Yeah.
social media is a hell of a thing.
Hell yeah, man. Like, yo, so fellas out there, you know the beard craze is crazy. Now, I grew up, part of my life, I grew up in Philly. I love Philly rappers. Philly Freeway is one of my favorite rappers, and he was known for his beard. Now, my family, we're on my side of the family, I would say, maybe my side of the family. I think it's my dad's side of the family more so. Like, we were late bloomers when it came to growing beards. Like, my beard didn't really start coming in until I was like 25. Like, and it was like I had patches, and like I would cut it all off and let it grow back, and it'll grow back thicker. And people are like, "What are you trying to do?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm trying to grow a beard." So all of you know, well, not all of you, some of you know, the struggle beard is serious. It takes a lot. It takes years of work to just get like the shape, like just to train your hair, like grow. Like, I need you to grow. So when I finally got it, it was definitely a struggle beard, but it was acceptable. Like, so, and I still have like a like my chin, like I'm trying to get this filled in, but it's coming along. But I want to personally thank you for that, man. Like, the ladies love it. They love it. So you said your own struggle beard is what inspired you. So what happened? You just woke up one day and was like, "Yo, I'm tired of this struggle beard," and you just grabbed stuff out your cabinet. Like, what?
No, what happened was, it was just being home, and I had just graduated. Matter of fact, I graduated college from Norfolk State. Behold, that was December, what, 2013. I graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So I came home. I was doing my other business before I started E.B.O. But then it was just like, my beard, how you just wake up in the morning, you gotta go out, you combing your beard, you like, "Dang, it's dry," and you don't really know about, what to put in it. So at the time, you just doing anything, Vaseline, anything, like, it was that bad.
Yes.
But it's funny because my mom had a business. She always been into like making body care products, hair care products, and things. So I told her what I wanted to do. I was like, "Mom, I want to make something for myself because this stuff not working." I tried some other stuff, but it had like waxes, and it
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't catered to our hair. If that's the easier way to say it. It wasn't catered to our type of hair.
Gotcha.
So then, just talking to mom, and then she was just pretty much, she the one that gave me the blueprint of, everything it is that you see now. Like, I told her what I wanted to do and the ideas that I had. We sat down, and then, you know what I mean, she kind of led me to this direction, that direction, because like I said, she been making skincare products herself and selling them. And you know what I mean, she was on my head about making sure I use not only the right products, but forming, the right natural products to enhance the hair growth, make it smell good, and things like that. And what, I'm gonna say November 2015, no, 2014 is when I decided to make it something. But it was like leading up to that, it was just something that I had for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed like my beard was looking better. I was like, "Oh yeah, we looking good. It's softer. It was getting right." If you follow me on social media, you can see my old pictures and where it was to what it is. Like, I don't hide nothing. But it definitely is something that not only helped me, but now I'm saying that helps so many men, women, children. Like, over the years, like, it's became bigger than just a beer product, honestly, which has been great to see.
Yeah. I'm a testament to that, y'all. I do. So look at me spilling my personal business. So, like, how can I say this? I don't have edges. That's weird. Whatever the temple, like, fellas, like, you get your forehead
Mhm.
shaped up, and then he comes to the side, those little temples. Mine was getting a little light, and I was worried. I'm like, "Yo, I'm not ready for the baldy. Like, I'm too young for the baldy." And I was using your product. I started buying your product. I discovered you probably around late 2018, 2019. and I bought it in 2019, and I started putting it on my face and in my hair in those spots, and it's definitely helped. Like it's not nowhere near as thin as it used to be. It almost looks pretty much normal the way it was when I was younger. But I did notice a dramatic difference. I was like, oh, thank God, because like I don't even know if I got lumps on my head or what. Like I'm not ready. I don't even know my barber can do a baldy because he's a young guy. But yeah, like hair is so important. Like even though you made it for yourself, like so many people are self conscious about their hair. They're just always worried about what it looks like. They don't want to go bald. They want it to be healthy. On another note, I had personal struggles with hair because pretty much every I can use one shampoo. I discovered the shampoo that I can use that does not dry out my scalp maybe in like 2016 or 17. One of my friends worked at a one of those chain barbershops, and she introduced me to it, and I also had it's expensive as shit. She introduced me to it, and it's literally the only thing I could use. So like I'm very weary about what I put on my hair and in my face. So like when I got your product, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it smells. I don't know how you get those scents. Like the scent, and it lasts, and it's not like Dollar Tree,
Nah.
car freshener scent. Like it's like quality, like fresh herbs and berries. Like it is. It smells really good. It feels good. Like it doesn't. I mean, it. Yeah, I don't. And I've bought some stuff from other people who said their stuff was like organic or whatnot, and like I've gotten mold and stuff on it. But like I've had no issues with yours. I'm on my second jar because you do give a very generous amount, I must say. Very
Yeah.
generous amount of stuff, so it lasts a good while. Also have the beard wash, but tell us about your product line right now, where you are now.
Right now, I just honestly only carry two products. It's my beard butter and my beard wash. I just offer them in a variety of scents. So for the beard butter, I probably have about like 10 scents you can choose from. And then for the wash, I have 5 scents. But the gist of all of them is that they all do the same thing. They all help with growth, stimulate growth, keep your beard moisturized. And then, like I said, offering different scents, give your facial hair that unique scent that's not like it's long lasting, but it's not overpowering where it gives you a headache. Some scents make you have a headache and
Yep.
it overpowers. It's like it's the perfect scent. It's the perfect balance of okay, when you maybe meet somebody, you might shake somebody's hand or give a hug, and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" You know what I mean? So it's
Yep.
that perfect balance of a great product. If you about to step out, especially right now that the weather's warm, a lot of guys been stepping out, or just even with the mask situation with the pandemic, those masks will dry the hair out. You got it on all day. You might work at a store or a kitchen or something like that. You
Hmm.
got to wear that mask. It helps keep, combat all those issues. And well, right now, just those two products have just been keeping everything alive, and that's what people love. Like now, they asking me, can I do a beard oil? Can I make like another type of conditioner? So, of course, that's been things in the works. But now that I have a bigger facility, like right now, I'm in here. Y'all don't know if y'all can see, but this is my new workspace. Because for years I worked from home. I
Hmm.
was working out of my house. A lot of people didn't know. Like I was working out of my house for years and was successful doing it. But now, to expand, I'm able to have more space, which means I could work on new products. So that beard oil been people been asking me about.
Hmm.
Hopefully in the fall we can get that out how I want it.
Yeah.
Conditioner as well, leave-in conditioner. I want to have that out maybe around the holiday season. It's just been a transition, getting the space, getting everything else in order, and just life in general. Like life is life, so trying to balance, being creative, but balance still making sure you maintain business, but
Yeah.
then everything else life has that you got to do. So that's been, you know,
That I feel that struggle. I've been trying to do that. Thank goodness Erica is being patient with me. Erica, go ahead. I know you have questions over there too.
Oh yeah, I do. But I don't know what order I should put them in.
happen.
The first one I have for you is, what's a mantra or a quote that you live by?
Uh, Honestly, it's probably nothing really related to business. It's just something me and my friends say. Honestly, it's just like say we always say the game is the game, and where we say that it's kind of like life is life. Where like you might have a bad day today, and it's like And life is life. It is what it is. Because tomorrow you might wake up and have the greatest day, and for the next 3 months you might have the best days ever. So it's
Yep.
kind of like the same thing. It's basically like regard. It's like for us, for my group, it means basically like regardless of what's going on, good or bad, like it's gonna be a part of life. Life is the game. You keep going. You always gonna be a player in the game, no matter how old you get. You just get into different levels of the game, and you just keep it going. And it's like that's how it's been with business, where it's been ups, it's been downs, but you don't get down on it. Like with anything, I saw you said you was in school. I was in school. I know some days you like, I do not want to be here. I don't want to do nothing. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's a lot of days.
It's a lot of days, but then it's like when you finally walk that stage, and then you had those moments during those that time there, it's like it all was worth it. So it's kind of
Yep.
like that. That's just it's like that's just something we live by that we came up with in high school, and that's just kind of stuck.
I like that though. It helps you not focus on the negative so much.
Because you know at the end of the day, like any game, you don't win. You can't win. You can't win every single time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're gonna lose, but those losses do, like if you lose a basketball game, you go back and study what you did wrong. So then if you do come across that scenario again, you know what not to do. So it's kind of like that. Or if you saw something work, you say, okay, well this is working. Maybe I need to continue doing this. So it's you just add to that.
And in speaking of the ups and downs with businesses and running your own business, if you could tell yourself something before you even started this, what would you say?
What would I say? I would have told myself honestly, it's I don't know, it's weird because everything I knew leading into it, I knew was gonna come from it. I was a business major in college. I had a business beforehand, and
Hmm.
that business really kind of prepared me for this one
Hmm.
because I used to sell hair, and that's a cutthroat. Like, and this was 20, this 20. I don't know. Matter of fact, I take that back. I was still in my last semester of college selling bundles out of my dorm room. So that business there really taught me like dealing with women. And because it no, but it helps. It helps because it taught me about marketing because the visual part of it. Customer service. Women are attentive, so you got to be on it when they message you about them bundles and when they're shipping, and they do not play about their hair. You got to have knowledge of what you're talking about. But I was successful at it. That's the thing. Like it was, people looked at me and was like, "Dude, I want to get hair from this dude," until
Mm.
they got the hair, and he was like, "Oh, he got the best hair," and I'm on campus, and then that carried over. So I mean, it just like when it came to it, it was like I would just tell myself just go for it more so than anything because it's like when it came to it, a lot of times you go into business and you already know it's going to be hard, but it's like that one time it go left, people ready to quit it,
Yep.
and
Hmm.
it's no, don't do that because real true story. I was about to quit this business in 2017. I literally was about to quit. 2 weeks later, I went viral and life been different. So literally, like, do not. That's the only thing I would say. Just keep going to myself, like, because I knew it was going to be hard, but you know, it turned out to be the best decision I've made. I think to this point in my life.
Would you go viral for?
I just made a lot of I made a regular tweet. I made the most regular tweet I still got. I just put 4 pictures of my customers, different dudes that I know that I'm cool with. And I just put, at the time it was this thing going around when people was telling people about their businesses. Like you introduce yourself, hi, my name is so and so. This is my business. And a simple retweet can help me find the next customer on your page. And at the time my business had, I guess I left out the house. I remember this, I remember it vividly. So I left out my house on a Saturday night to go out with my friends. I put the tweet up. I feel my phone vibrating like, oh damn, I'm getting some orders. Okay, cool, whatever. Come home, I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning, I look at my phone like, hmm, this is okay. I'm getting some orders. By the time noon came, I'm on the phone with my grandmother. Like, grandma, hold on, it's going crazy right now. Then next, I go on Twitter. The tweet is at like 3,000 retweets.
Woo.
5,000 likes to the point where the next thing you know, over that span, I probably all time on that tweet, I probably got about like 20,000 retweets, 20 something thousand likes. So it was like that momentum. And then on top of it, I had customers who I already had at the time
Yeah.
because it's 2017. So all my customers I had that already liked it, they was commenting under it saying how much they like it and they stand by it and
Mm-hmm.
leaving reviews. So that made the new people order, and it was crazy, bro. To a point where I had to shut it down. I shut my site down.
That's what's up. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
It was, it was crazy.
Oh, that's what's up. I want to shut my site down one day.
Man, I'm
It ain't
telling
even
you,
up yet.
bro.
But
It's gonna get there. It get there. The traffic be so crazy. You be sitting there like this, in that, and then for it to never happen before, so it was kind of a shock because it was maybe what I might do in 3 months of work happened in one day.
whoo,
I was like, what do I do?
get in the kitchen. Start.
It, what my whole family was in. I literally hired my whole family. My mother, my brother, and my pops was working with me for like a week and a half. Like just work with me. We in there making jars. I probably made like 1,000 some jars in like a
Dang.
3 day span. And that was before I shut my site down. I probably like it was crazy. Like it was crazy. Like I'm still grateful for everybody who ever retweeted that post. Like that changed my life, and that was 4 years ago, and it still helped change things in this 2021. So
I mean, you have a spectacular product. I love it. I'm not putting nothing else in my beard. I lied. I just lied as soon as I said that. The only other thing I do every now and again, I put yours in it, but I always have only thing I put in my hair is coconut oil, just straight coconut oil. But those are the only two things that ever go on my beard. And the only time I really use coconut oil is if I travel somewhere. I don't bring all of yours with me, but I just bought some containers so I can travel with it because I want to bring my whole thing because I'm gonna be pissed if I leave it somewhere. So
yeah,
now I can travel with it. So I won't have to use coconut oil. But yeah, y'all, it's like those of you listening, dead ass, yo. This is some great stuff. It smells good, and it is going to make a change in your beard. I feel like I'm doing an infomercial, but I'm speaking from experience. And y'all can go on my Instagram, complete_vision, and look at my beard over the years. And like someone just told me the other day, I was FaceTiming and talking to one of my homegirls. She was like, "Your beard is thicker." And this was like over the span, like we've been talking and chilling for like 5 months, and I was like, oh, and it made me go look at it, and I was like, she's right, it is,
yeah.
and that's what it is. So, dang, I almost lost my train of thought. What was the pandemic like for you? This is a question I'm definitely gonna gear to my people who have their own businesses, whether it be full time or part time, because I want to know what it was like for you and some of the advice you would have for people when it comes to preparing for the unexpected.
With the pandemic, to be honest with you, honestly, for me, that's the most I've ever did in 1 year with my business,
Wow.
which is completely like it caught me off guard because when it first happened, my first instinct was like, oh wow, it's shutting down. So for what I do, I have to source my material just from certain places. But I done built a reputation with these people, so they know me. But it was just like, okay, they might shut down, and they might shut down, and they might not can get their stuff,
Yeah.
or whatever the case. So when that happened for me, it was just like, all right, well, let me just buy a lot right now, just in case. So it's like, put the money up, buy a bunch of stuff. So even if it slowed down, you still gonna have inventory. And a lot of people get scared of that. It's like, nah, like what's the point of having money if you can sit here and say, okay, I got $100, but I take this 100 and I can buy $100 worth of inventory and I can possibly sell all that and make 1,000. Yeah, it might not move fast, but you still got the potential to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like that was my mindset. But then in reality, once I seen everybody like, in the house, I'm gearing it like, yo, this the perfect time to grow your beard. So my
Yeah.
marketing was like, oh, you in the house? Like, grab that. You ain't nobody about to see you for 3 months anyway. So when you come out, you're gonna look different. And it was just that like I think everybody been like in the house
Yeah.
looking always on their phone, on Twitter, on Instagram, looking for something to do. I played by that, just marketed like continuously, like check this out, check that out, grab this, make sure you got that. You don't want to come out when things do open up. You want to look right. You've been having a struggle bid. This the perfect time to get right. So it was like a blessing in terms of like how it was able to put everybody still in the house, not from a world standpoint, but like from a business standpoint, like
Yep.
having people in the house and everybody just like kind of in one place. It helped with that because most of the time if you moving every day, you at work, you in your cubicle, you're not looking at your phone,
Right.
you're not even trying to buy stuff because you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
So not only that, people wasn't going anywhere, so they kind of had. I'm not gonna say money to spend. I don't ever want to say people got money to blow, but people just had maybe extra dollar. So instead of them getting one job, they said, you know what, I'm gonna get a 3 set and I'm gonna get a wash.
Yep.
So during the pandemic, it was like that same person that might get one or two items, they getting four and five, and they telling their friends and they telling the next person, and it was like I said, for me, when I looked at the end of the year, I was like, wow, this is the best year in terms of sales I've had, despite everything going on. The only thing was hard was just making sure you always could be in business.
Mm.
And a lot of people was like, well, how you gonna do this? How you gonna do that? I'm like, you gotta pay to play. Like you gotta pay to play. And by that it meant like when that happened, my materials I gotta get, that price went up in terms of like shipping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like if I don't pay that, I'm not gonna have no business. So it's like I don't care. I want to be able to keep my customers happy. So I would pay the extra, get it here quick, and I buy in bulk, and then I was able to sustain and make sure I had product, make sure things was always shipping, and despite the pandemic, people were still getting their stuff quick because USPS didn't stop running.
Nope.
So that's how I was moving. So when I moved, it didn't really slow down. It was like, wow, he's able to keep it moving. I'm a one man operation. So people was like, yo, he's really making it work to do it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sleeping, but I want y'all to have this stuff. Like, because you're like when I hear stories like yours and things like that, though, that inspires me to do this. Like, I mean, money is cool, but when you hear people say like they hair or guys say they was thinning, and I know, like you said, hair is a thing that plays a role in the people's psyche, and then we got mental health and all that going on.
Yep.
So it's like if that little thing there, like this little product, can help with you. Even like I have transgender customers, like women transition to be men, and their beards bigger than mine, and they were saying like the product helped them have that confidence in that transition, and I'm like, that's a bet. Like that's what all I ask for. Like
Mm-hmm.
as long as you get what you buying, you know what I mean? Because you want people to feel happy with they spend and purchase, with their purchase.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I'm glad the pandemic turned out well for you.
Bless.
My numbers were astronomical during the pandemic. I want those pandemic numbers back. Because, like you said, people were in the house and you set up online. So, yeah, that was like perfect timing for you. And I like the fact that you invested in your business. Like, I know some people, like, for lack of a better term, clutch their pearls. They're like, oh no, oh hold on, let me, and a lot of stuff that I bought in companies I worked with, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. I'm like, damn. Like I know y'all didn't expect the pandemic. Y'all ain't got nothing in the corner over there. Nothing. I just need an extra large. Like, but you were like, nah. Let me stock up and make sure I have this so I can keep moving it because man, I probably spent more money than I thought I would spend during the pandemic simply because I was home all the time and you can't go out, you can't socialize, and then there's Amazon and all these things, and I did buy quite a few things and tried quite a few different products. So that's a good tidbit out there for y'all listening. If you're in business and you survived the pandemic or you're about to start a business, you need to make sure you know what you need, where you're getting it from, and the right time to buy it and how you buy it. Sometimes you might need, if you notice, one of your suppliers, dang, he it's hard for him to get this sometimes. You might want to order 3 instead of 1 next time. So that way, if he runs out, I got mine, I can keep rolling. So thank you definitely for sharing that tidbit.
Yeah, you can't be scared to spend your money when it come to your business. Like that's one thing. I mean, I don't think anybody. I don't know how you expect to survive if you don't want to spend no money behind it. Like nothing just comes. Like you got to put money behind it as well. I'm not saying if you got to put all the money in the world behind it, but you got to do something. Whether it's some money on marketing or some money in inventory or
Yep.
some money for promotion from something. You got to put money behind it so it can breathe, so it can live.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that That's the story of business. I know a lot of people like to sell you the glory side, and I've made this much and I did this much. They don't tell you about the money you got to spend. Like even with this podcast, I don't even want to talk about how much money I am into this thing now, but it doesn't hurt because I love doing this. I'm gonna do
Yep.
this until I die. I love it, and I love to be able to have guests like yourself on here to share your story with our listeners because people need inspiration. And that was another thing that I definitely kicked up during the pandemic. I got way more interviews because people needed positivity. People always need positivity. So thank you again for that, sir, and your product. I can't thank you enough. You have no idea. Like I know I keep saying it, but y'all don't understand.
But that's what I do it for. That response is really honestly and truly, as all jokes aside, like that's really what I do it for because you know what I mean. Anybody could do this. I mean, I watch businesses happen with the same line over the years. It's a money grab. Everybody so it's popular. I'm about to come up with my own product, but nobody really put that time into it and
Mm-hmm.
really care. They just knew, oh, I can make some money from this. But it's like, are you really giving people an experience? Are you really giving them something that works? You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
that, is it working?
Yeah.
That that's what people want. They want to know, do it work? And my reviews say, like, whether it's written or vocal or Instagram, they say it works.
Yeah, that's a big one. A lot of people can make creams and butters and oils that smell good and do absolutely nothing for y'all.
Absolutely
Please
not.
keep that in mind. Erica, you have more questions?
Yeah, I just have one question, and it's basically to sum up everything with you and also the business being booming during the pandemic and also the power of social media. Where do you see yourself in the future?
In the future, I just see myself having a facility. Like I said, I'm finally not working in the house. I have a bigger space, but I actually see myself having a bigger facility. Staffing maybe 20, 25 people. Have a
Nice.
social media team, like a
Yeah.
marketing area. Like I want to be able to not only provide jobs with my business, but to just to see my business expand, and then in 5 years, I would like I say, I hope to have it in a bigger facility, have a bigger, cash flow campaign behind it in terms of like the marketing, the research and development, advertisements, just building a brand outside of just having a product, like building a reputation. So the same way, kind of like if you got options to get a lot of different food every day, but
Mhm.
a certain brand is known for a certain quality. So that's what I want. Where yeah, it's other products out here, and not to shun nobody, but it's the same time you want them to know that like when I see that brand, I know the quality that's coming behind that. I know I know the results that's coming behind that. I know, the everything basically that you want from a product of this caliber to give you. I want to make sure my customers have that, and then of course, just be comfortable to them to stay with like my student loans is paid off and things like that. I don't really need a lot. I just want like certain things. Like I want to just be able to like, if I want to go out and eat instead of cooking, I want to be able to do it comfortably. Like
Yeah.
I don't really want to do too much, but business wise, yeah, just having a bigger space, creating jobs for people, create more revenue, more products. Um, Doing more things like this. This is like things like this have been cool. In the beginning, I really wasn't a big interviewer. Like my friends know how my personality is. Like I'm cool, but I don't really talk. So it's like now that I'm doing this, it's like you got to give people this side of you. So yeah, just doing more things like this, and then honestly, I'm not gonna say when I stop business, but my goal is to create like a center that's centered around business where like say a 12-year-old can come and learn about what a business plan is, how to properly formulate a business plan, how to
Nice.
Yes.
go in to speak to banks about asking for loans or grants or things like that, where now when you 18 years old and you have an idea, you not thinking like, oh, I'm young, I can't do it. I'm like, you got the power of social media. You get your bank account, you could buy your own ads on Instagram by yourself, you know
Yep.
what I mean? And things like that, because it's a whole new world. Like just I remember when eBay was a thing, like well eBay's still a thing, but I remember when eBay was,
It.
and when I was in middle school, mid 2000s, high school, and then you start seeing it just transition, and then you say, okay, the money's on the website, the money's online.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It would be great to have a brick and mortar space, but it's like you limit yourself. So it's like, okay, cool if you have that, but why not have it where you could ship to Idaho? I got customers in Idaho, Alaska. Like I've never been to Alaska. I have customers in Alaska. I got customers in France. France loves me. You know what I mean? Like my France connection, my French, not France, my French connections over there. Um, just all over. Then the military people. So
Yeah.
you shipping through two Navy ships. So
Dang.
it's so many avenues when it comes to it that you just hope and pray that not only you can add to it yourself, but then bring people along too to help them get some money and get some networking and things like that. That's my real goal, like to help put the next set of people, no matter how old you are, really on, and so we could just keep it going. Because a lot of times people want high information, and we don't get to get further from there. Like all we do is
Mm,
start at stay at zero, and it's like I don't want that for my kids. Like hell
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was
Giving
about to
back
go
as you
off.
climb up the ladder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to. Somebody, I mean, people help me whether they feel like they know it or not. Whether it's just them calling me and say, like, my uncle is the reason why I told you I was about to quit this,
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
talked to my uncle, and he was like, "You a fool? Don't quit." Like, I was like, I ain't making the money I want." He was like, "What you? What else?" He said, "Why though? Like, what you expect? Just need to keep it going." Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Just basically like, don't do it. And my uncle more like my older brother. So when he told me that, I was like, all right, wait, I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. And literally, right in that 2 week span, it was like viral, out of there. Called him like, yo, guess what happened? And the first thing he say is, let me hold some. I was like, you, like it's really a blessing, though, honestly and truly. Like it's really a blessing for everything to be able to go the way it's went and to see what it's blossoming into. That's a blessing. It's a blessing.
That's what's up, man. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you again for sharing your story. Any parting words? Make sure you give everyone your social medias where they can find you. It'll also be in the description. But any parting words of encouragement or anything like that?
Uh, Mainly with the encouragement, just honestly stick to what you believe in. If you believe you can make something shake, no matter if you a creator, you do photography, you do dance, whatever it is you do, like you stick with that. Because at the end of the day, nobody can live this life but you. Nobody knows what you want but you. But the only thing you have to do every day is wake up, look in the mirror, and be honest with yourself. You can't want what other people want for you if that's not what you want. You're gonna struggle for the rest of your life if you keep doing things that don't really make you happy. I just want to shout out I just want to shout out y'all just for even incorporating me to y'all platform, giving me the opportunity to speak about my business. Uh, what else? Anybody who's building anything, man, just keep it going, put the money behind it. Of course, it sounds cliche. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do nothing, all that type of stuff. But that's real life, though. Like
It
it's real
is.
life. Ain't nobody can tell you what you can't do. You know what I mean? And social media, basically same thing. E.B.O Beard Butter on Instagram. E.B.O Beard Butter on Facebook. Have a Facebook like page. I have a Twitter, E.B.O Beard Butter one, but I don't really use it. I'm trying to get use the Twitter
Wait a
one
minute.
more.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Twitter blew you up and you left?
What happened before I even had the EBO page, I was just going off my personal page. I just
Uh,
hustled through all my personal pages, and then I created the EBO Instagram, and that's man, I'm about to be about at 21,000 followers with that. But
ooh.
everything really just was personal page, and then my Twitter was just my personal Twitter, and it's just having my college friends, and we get to laughing. But I started marketing through that because I already had a following of
Yeah.
just people liking laughing at what I'm talking about. So I try to create a separate, you got to create a separate entity nowadays
Yeah.
because people in the world, they don't, you can't have no fun.
No.
You know what I mean? I
Y-
crack a joke that everybody know I'm joking, but they try to relate it to your business. So it's like, make it separate, keep everything separate. That's my biggest thing. Keep it separate, whatever, because I've seen people lose it all.
yeah.
I'm glad, I've seen people go left with a lot of things with their business. So keep it separate. Whatever you feel in your heart of hearts, keep it to yourself or talk to your circle. Don't relate, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to your business, that's its own thing.
Yep.
You as a person, you're its own thing. So always remember that part of it too. But don't forget, like what you say and what you do is it's gonna get cast over your business. So be careful when it comes to that, especially in this day and age. We see it. I've been seeing it
Yeah.
before all these other the cancel thing, before cancel culture was a thing. Like I've
Yeah.
been on Twitter for like since college.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff, and
Yeah.
you people get canceled. So you know what I mean. You definitely don't want to become that. And yeah, again, just keep hard working. You know, put money behind it, believe in it, and if you got a solid group of people, stick with it, man. Cause it ain't too many people that's getting support out here. As wild as it may seem. So anybody, like you said, you got Erica with you. She locked in with you. Salute to you. That next position from intern, I can't wait to see.
Thank
Just shout out to y'all, man, for real, honestly, because y'all didn't have to let me on here. So shout out to y'all.
Hey man, we got to do our part, man. You know what I'm saying? And I saw something in you. I know, and our listeners, y'all might not know this. Well, our newer listeners, the older ones know. Like, I don't just pick random people. Like, I follow people and I watch them for a little while. Like, I look at what they're posting. I buy their product. I use their product, or I look at what they're doing. I look at their websites to see, like, okay, what can I gauge from this person? And then you catch little personal tidbits, things here and there. I message them, reach out to them, just talk to them, get a feel for them, and then I invite them on because I want people to do interviews similar to yours. You're not just on here selling a product. You're telling your story and you're giving people the real. And that's what I really want. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a bunch of salespeople. I want people who are passionate about what they do. And I know that, like you said, the youth is behind us. And even the people that are with us in age or status or whatever, like who are thinking about doing this, they need those words of encouragement. My fields of expertise are limited. So I'm like, let me go to some people who do this. Let me go to some people who do that. And maybe your words will touch someone out there and inspire them to do whatever it is that they're trying to do, because it ain't always going to come from me. So I'm like, let me just grab as many people as I can who are really about their business. So that's what it's all about.
Definitely, man. I hope I can inspire somebody, man. Cause like I said, it's enough out here for all of us, and it just take time. Like don't it ain't it ain't no overnight process. Like I said, I'm going into year 7. You know what I
Whew.
mean? 7. And like I said, it's still a lot more I gotta do. But to
Yeah.
dedicate 7 years of your life to something that you believe in, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You get out what you put in. Don't get me wrong. Like, has it been hard work? Yeah, but I've been able to really enjoy it as well. So
That's what's
definitely
up. That's what's
continue,
up.
continue, keep going with y'all podcast, man. Keep locking in. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna tell more people about it, man.
Please do.
Experience to your experience to our experience. You know, I would love to come on again when I got some news. Like, yeah, I got something going on. So,
For
man,
sure.
thank y'all.
No problem, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know. Thank y'all again for tuning in, liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting the podcast. Thank you again, Mr. Ed Oliver, for joining us. Y'all make sure you check the description, check out his page. Ladies, this is an excellent gift for your man. Fellas, it's an excellent gift for yourself. Anybody you know that is dealing with maybe a hair issue or they trying to grow their beard, great stuff. I'm telling you, this is from personal experience. You want to grab that. So again, thank y'all for continuing to support the show. Thank you for continuing to support the guests that I have on the show. We love y'all. Until next time, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, financially, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.